Can you imagine your favorite show being a nightmare to work on? That's the question many of us are asking ourselves as whispers of a toxic work environment on The Late Night Show with Jimmy Fallon surface. The initial allegations were as shocking as they were unexpected, painting a picture of a set that's far from the laughter and camaraderie we see on screen. Reports from various sources, including Rolling Stone and the New York Post, brought to light the first distressing allegations. The sources, 16 in total, comprised 2 current and 14 former employees of the hit TV show. They painted a bleak picture of the workplace environment, describing it as toxic, and detailing experiences of mental health decline, panic attacks, and in some extreme cases, even suicidal ideation. The main spotlight of these allegations fell on the show's cast members, renowned for their cheerful and friendly on-screen personas. They were accused of fostering an environment of fear and stress. Employees spoke of alleged erratic behavior, with instances of cast members appearing hungover and intoxicated on set. Mood swings amongst the cast were said to be the barometer of the set's atmosphere, their bad days casting a shadow over the entire studio. Adding to the turmoil was the constant shift in directors. Friends had seen a revolving door of directors, with numerous different ones in its 10-year span. This high turnover only added to the instability and the tense atmosphere. Employees felt intimidated, not just by the actors, but by their bosses as well, who were accused of bullying and mistreating the staff. Despite these troubling allegations, there was pushback from insiders who claimed that these issues represented less than 1% of the show's staff over a decade. They argued that the majority of the employees were content with their roles and that any grievances were handled according to NBC. So, there we have it. The first wave of allegations painting a troubling picture of a beloved sitcom. The question on everyone's mind: was this an isolated incident or the first crack revealing a deeper systemic issue? But as it turns out, this was just the tip of the iceberg. As the allegations began to pile up, the depth of the problem became more apparent. Peeling back the layers of these troubling claims, we begin to see a pattern of repeated systemic issues. It wasn't just a one-off incident or a bad day at the office. Rather, it was a persistent workplace culture that seemed to foster intimidation and fear. Several former employees have spoken up about their experiences, painting a picture of a toxic environment that extended from the show's host, Jimmy Fallon, down to the showrunners and other employees. Reports suggest that this atmosphere of toxicity led to a significant mental health decline among employees. In a world where the spotlight is often on the glitz and glamour of television, it's easy to overlook the well-being of the people working behind the scenes. However, it's in these unseen corners where employees allegedly experienced panic attacks, physical symptoms of stress, and even suicidal thoughts. The allegations don't end there. Reports of bullying and mistreatment have surfaced, with some employees stating they felt intimidated by their bosses, including Fallon himself. This culture of fear was so pervasive that it reportedly dissuaded employees from reporting the issues to human resources. The fear of retaliation, of losing their jobs, and of being blacklisted in the industry led many to suffer in silence. It's also worth noting the high turnover of showrunners, a clear sign of instability. 9 showrunners in 9 years speaks to an environment where leadership was inconsistent at best and at worst part of the problem. The allegations against these showrunners range from inappropriate comments and intimidation to outright bullying. Despite this, some former employees still expressed a desire for the show's success, calling for major changes rather than its downfall. This demonstrates the love and passion they have for their craft, but also their frustration with the existing conditions. The impact of these allegations was felt beyond the walls of the studio. In this digital age, news travels fast, and the court of public opinion can be swift and unforgiving. However, it also offers an opportunity for change, a chance to shed light on the darker aspects of an industry often shrouded in secrecy. The allegations did not go unnoticed, and the fallout was significant. In the wake of these shocking revelations, NBC, the network that airs The Tonight Show, found themselves in the eye of the storm. They issued a statement asserting their pride in the show while emphasizing that providing a respectful working environment is a top priority. Despite the gravity of the allegations, NBC was careful not to mention Fallon by name, an omission that raised a few eyebrows. The man at the center of it all, Jimmy Fallon, remained conspicuously silent. His lack of public response to the accusations only fueled the speculation and added to the growing clamor for answers. The reputation of The Tonight Show, once a revered stalwart of late-night television, suffered a considerable blow. The allegations cast a long shadow over the show's legacy, transforming its image from a jovial sanctuary of laughter to a purported hotbed of toxicity. Public response ranged from shock and disappointment to calls for accountability. Fans grappled with the disheartening disconnect between Fallon's charming on-screen persona and the erratic, intimidating figure described by his staff. The outcry on social media was swift and relentless, with many demanding action and change. In response to the growing pressure, some changes were indeed implemented. New showrunner Chris Miller came on board, and sources from the show reported an improved work environment under his leadership. However, the question remained, would these changes be enough to mend the damage done and restore the show's tarnished reputation? The allegations also sparked a broader conversation about workplace culture in the entertainment industry. They served as a stark reminder that behind the glitz and glamour of showbiz, there can be a hidden world of stress, fear, and power dynamics that can negatively impact mental health. The allegations have left a lasting mark on the legacy of The Tonight Show. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the show, and Fallon himself, will forever be viewed through the prism of these allegations, a sobering testament to the power of speaking out against workplace toxicity. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Let's take a step back and distill the essence of this situation. We've delved into a whirlpool of allegations swirling around Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, painting a picture of a toxic workplace environment. Reports describe an atmosphere filled with fear and stress, with Fallon's erratic behavior at the helm, leading to high turnover of showrunners, mental health issues, and even suicidal thoughts among employees. These are serious accusations that underscore the importance of nurturing a safe, respectful, and supportive work environment. It's a stark reminder that the glitz and glamour on screen often mask the grim realities backstage. It's not just about one show or one host. It's about an industry-wide culture that needs a seismic shift, a change in the way employees are treated and the way leaders behave. The lessons here are clear. No amount of fame or success can justify a toxic work environment. It's crucial to listen to employees' voices, address their concerns, and take necessary actions to ensure their well-being. In this era of transparency and accountability, it's more important than ever for the entertainment industry to step up and make substantial changes. In the end, it's a stark reminder that even the brightest lights can cast the darkest shadows.